Hello everybody, it's Dre again from Mediapire. We're going to go a little bit further into the snapping stuff. We're going to talk about edges, and I believe we've had enough fun with this plane here. We're going to make it unselectable. Oh, it's a grid, my apologies. Basically, it's a plane that's been subdivided a lot. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in another mesh. We're going to make it a cube, okay? And let's go ahead and bring it into edit mode real quick. And we're gonna subdivide it like that. So we subdivided it twice and we have all these cool little areas to play with this time. All right, so what we're gonna do, so let's go back to object mode, is we have edge snapping on, right? So it's essentially the same lessons as before. You'll find that it is relative to where you put it. So each of those edges, it looks very similar to vertex snapping, by the way. Let's see here. Let's go into wireframe mode. I think that'll explain things a little bit better. So if you look at the snapping now, it follows the whole edge. So before, when it would just explode out into random nothingness, when I move it across, still kind of does when I move it out. But as long as it's across the edge, it will flow and snap. So I could literally move it around and follow those edges. Now, it is relative again. So if I am farther out as I move across these edges, it will maintain that. If I'm closer in and then I try to do it, notice how I have the other edge now. It will match up the edge with the edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this cube and we're going to subdivide it. Now I've added even more edges, right? So let's go back to object mode. And now let's see if we can play with this a little bit more. Maybe it might be a little too many edges to properly see what we're going for here. See if we can bring it down. And what I'm curious is that it'll kind of show you which edge is it's aligning to. I I think probably the best way to do this is to create another cube. So we're going to create another cube. Ooh, let's do a monkey head. This will be fun. All right, so all of these are edges. So if I hit G, I can follow the entire monkey edges, right? So if I choose this back point here, right, it's aligned to that point. Very useful for aligning things quickly. And if you're working with a bunch of grids, say you're like breaking up terrain and you want to either 3D print it for your D&D game and stuff like that. You want to make sure things match up. This is how you do it. Granted, I would probably usually use the vertex. Edge has a little bit of leeway. We can also do faces, right? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean face like the monkey face, right? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get rid of the monkey. Let's bring in another simple cube because I think it'll illustrate it best. We're going to delete this cube and we're going to add another simple cube, right? Okay. And what we're going to do, oh, I think I just hid my other cube. So if you push H on the keyboard while you're with an object, you can hide it. And then you just click the little eyeball to bring it back, right? So if I hit G, as long as I'm across a face, it'll align it to it. And if I'm above it, was I? Yeah. Yeah, so I was above it. Right now it's currently aligned to that face. So it may seem like Blender when you're first getting started with Blender, it just feels like it's kind of like a free flow and you have to eyeball everything. It is not the case if you know the snapping tools. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of it, but for the most part, usually there's a tool if you need to be more exact. Um, let's see. Um, I think that's all I'll go ahead and cover in this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. That is faces and edge snapping. Awesome. Thank you. Have a great day. Stay creative and make art.